afternoon, or even good evening for those of you catching the replay. We're gonna have a little fun this morning. We are making mimosas and apple nachos. So this is gonna be great. I did prepare a few things ahead to make it a little bit easier. So I'm gonna just jump on in because this is gonna take us a few minutes. So let's talk about what I'm gonna start with. We're gonna start with the mimosa. And what I did last night was I took 2 cups of strawberries and I cooked them on the stovetop to kind of get them soft and mushy. And then I added 2 tablespoons of sugar. I used cane sugar, and I used 1 tablespoon of honey. So I used some nice local honey. So that made my strawberries nice and sweet. The sweet is gonna balance the tartness of the tea that we're going to use, along with the Prosecco. So this morning I simply pureed the strawberries, and now we are going to put these strawberries through this fine mash. So we're gonna do that. So basically we capture all of the seeds, and we're not drinking the seeds in our mimosa because nobody wants to pick seeds out of their teeth after they finish their mimosa. So let's just do this. I made it into a nice puree, so there shouldn't be a lot that we catch through this. But this nice fine mash is gonna catch all of those little bits and pieces. Where is everybody joining me from today? In the comments below, let me know. I am in upstate New York, and it is rainy and kind of gloomy and a little bit yucky. So I hope it's not like that where you are. Good morning, my loves. So all I'm doing is pushing this through this strainer. It can take a little bit of time sometimes, and that's okay. We can wait for our mimosas. And this is why I prepped a little bit ahead, because this part can take a few minutes, and we certainly don't want to wait for all of this to chill. Omaha. It's early in Omaha. What are you doing up so early? What are you doing, mister? My son just came out to say hi. Just keep pushing this through. So I used strawberries, but there is no reason you couldn't use a different kind of berry. So this would be really good with like a triple berry. So do like blackberries, strawberries, and blueberries, a nice combination. But I like the strawberries, and that's what I had on hand, so that's what I went with. You're an early bird? Yeah, I believe it. I'm not so much an early bird, but I have a 4-year-old, and he is. The Big Apple. Down in the city, because I'm also in New York, but I'm upstate New York. I am on the second dog lake. I don't know if you know where that is. So I've just got a little bit left in here. So I'm just pushing this around to get all of that goodness out. We don't want the seeds, we just want the strawberry. And now the next trick, now that I've got just a little bit left here, we are gonna pour our tea through this, because we wanna get as much of that strawberry flavor and taste as we possibly can. We are gonna pour the tea that we're gonna use through this strainer as well. We are making mimosas. We are making a berry mimosa. So this is my strawberry puree that I just pushed through the strainer. So you're gonna see, look at all of those seeds we just caught. So now we're not gonna be picking that out of our teeth. So that's good. So now that I've got that part done, we are going to talk about the tea that I made last night. So I used our infusion jug. This is a BPA-free plastic, and it has its own basket in the center. Take it out to Daddy, please. So this is the tea that I used. You can see it right inside this basket. This is Berry Mania. So all I did last night was put 4 pot scoops of Berry Mania because I wanted this strong. I want this really strong. So I made 4 pot spoons, or pot spoon in case you don't know, of Berry Mania, and I put this in cold water and I just let it steep overnight. Look at this gorgeous, gorgeous color. It is beautiful. So we are, I'm sorry, this is toddler life here. Come here, what happened? It's okay. Oh, Daddy won't give you a cookie. Oh, it's okay. Mommy's making apples, okay? We're gonna eat some apples in a minute, okay? Okay, go sit down and watch your show. It's okay. We'll have some apples and yogurt in a minute, okay? Shh, go on. Go on, it's okay. So, yes, as Berry Mania. Go ahead, go sit down. This has elderberries, and elderberries, if you don't know, are just a little bit tart. I like the tartness, but that's why we added the sugar into our strawberries last night when I did this heating of them. Go to the living room, please. So it kind of balances the tartness of the elderberries. Like Sue was saying yesterday, elderberries are really, really good for you, especially during flu season. Elderberry syrup, elderberry tea, just regular elderberries helps combat the flu. So this is a staple in my house come flu season because I just drink and drink and drink and drink and drink this and I don't get the flu. So I love this tea for that reason. But we are going to measure out 3 cups of this and we are going to put it through our strainer so we can get the last bit of all of that flavor from our strawberries out. So this was a nice, strong concentrate. Oh yeah, we are getting a whole lot of goodies out of that. So that was 2 cups. Let's do 1 more cup, put that through. And then we're gonna set this tea aside. And then we'll do the next part. This is the fun part. Okay, so now we got all of the good strawberry out and all that's left is the seeds. So now we're just gonna put this aside because we're not getting seeds in our mimosas here. So let's just set this to the side, get this out of the way. And we are going to put this in a beautiful pitcher. So Sue had talked about this a little bit, but I'm gonna give just one more tidbit about this wonderful pitcher, which is actually gonna be back in stock soon. Right now it's out of stock, but it's coming really, really soon. So in the month of September, you will see this back in stock. We're not gonna use the lid today, but Sue has mentioned that this is fine mesh. And now you're probably thinking, how do I clean that? Watch this. This bolt comes off. Just gonna twist it all the way off and everything pops apart. So you can clean this really good because sometimes it gets a little gunky after you have poured all of your tea through. So this all comes apart. It all comes apart so you can clean it really good. And then you simply put it back on. Line the hole back up and put your nut back on. So the first time you take this apart, it can be a little hard to take apart, but after you take it apart the first time, you are good to go. And to tighten it up, I just do it like this on my hand to put that a little bit of pressure on there to get a really nice, good, tight seal so that it doesn't come off when you're opening and closing. So that is an extra little trick that I have learned over the years that I wanted to share with you guys. But now let's get to the fun part. Let's open up our champagne. So I am using Prosecco because that's what I had. So something nice and bubbly and fun. I'll probably make a giant mess. Hopefully we don't break anything. But this is the fun part. This is the part I like. Woo! Here we go. Just gonna pour this into our pitcher. Oh, we got some nice bubbles this morning. And that's why I wanted to do this first. Let it sit a minute. So this is just a standard bottle. It's 750 milliliters because we've got 3 cups of tea and 2 cups of strawberries that we're also adding in here. So now I've got all of that beautiful, look at those bubbles. Oh, this is gonna be good. We've got that beautiful Prosecco, and now we're gonna add this wonderful strawberry and berry tea mixture that we had. So we're gonna be really careful, and we're not gonna make a mess. I say that laughingly because I always make a mess. You wanna go slow because it's gonna bubble up. So I do a part of it, and then I wait, and then I do a little bit more. And you're also going to want to make sure you scrape your bowl because that strawberry that we put in there can sometimes stick to the bottom a little bit. So we're just going to make sure we get every last bit of that goodness out of there. Let's pour a little bit more. This is my absolute favorite mimosa that I have made with our tea because I just love the tartness of the berries in the elderberry drink, the berry mania, against the nice fresh crispness of the strawberries. So look at this beautiful color. Look at this gorgeous color. So to use this pitcher, it's really easy. All you have to do is drop your tea leaves into the bottom of it and fill it with water. It's that simple. So you can do it hot or you can do it cold. What I usually do is put the tea leaves in the bottom, put hot water in just enough to cover it, like an inch, and then I let it steep, and then I add my ice and my cold water on top of that and put the lid on, and nothing comes out. So we haven't really demonstrated this one because it's out of stock right now, but it's coming back in a few weeks. So reach out to your sipologist, and I'm sure she would be happy to do another demo once it's available. Now to make it a mimosa, we need to add our orange juice. So I'm just gonna give this a good shake because I have extra pulp. I like the pulp. So we're gonna add half a cup right to the top of this. And then we're gonna just give it a stir. And that'll be simple. Does change the color just a little bit. Not much, but it does a tiny bit. I'm just gonna give it a stir, and I wanna remind people not to use metal when you stir with this. You should come over, Colleen, come on over. I have this whole pitcher, I'm gonna have to drink it. So don't use metal in here because it could break it, shatter it, and you'll have tea or alcohol all over your house. So do not use metal in here. This is the perfect tea pitcher. Just gonna put that, scrape off all that goodness. And then I'm gonna grab my flute and I'm just gonna pour it out. So I don't need to use the top. We're just gonna pour a little bit in our cup. And to make it even more beautiful, you can garnish with a slice of orange or a strawberry or both, but I used all of mine, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm gonna have a sip. Oh yeah, that tartness against that sweetness of the strawberry is just so good, so good. So that is our mimosa.